Hello, everyone. Well, now I understand that you all know that Japan is facing a ultra low birth rate. Why is it happening? Why Japanese women do not want to have children? I know that through my first-hand experience. My son is 6 years old, and maybe you were surprised to see this adorable boy. But when I had this adorable son, it was really hard for me because my parents and my husband's parents both live far away. So my husband is the only person I could count on. But he used to come home around 2 a.m. and I just tuck in my baby, then he just start crying. And sometimes I feel, oh, he must be sick. And if he dies in my arms, that was going to be my fault. But then he finally fell asleep and I put him on the bed. Then my husband came home and just made the door slammed and woke up my son. And I just thought, oh, I could kill him. But the long working hours of husbands, I think, is the true cause of the Japan's low birth rate. But now my husband, luckily enough, has changed his work style and he is taking care of the equal share of the child rearing. And I wanted to have the second, and now I actually have carrying a second inside. Thank you. So our feelings have been changed greatly. It's not only about the low birth rate, but the depression patients and elderly care. So many problems that Japan are facing. But here is one solution I can tell you, that is just stop long working hours. Let me tell you about it. So far, I have provided a consulting service to over 900 companies how to eliminate overtime work. And even reducing it by 30%, you do not lose business performance. Because now Japan is already in their negative spiral to lose a good result by spending more hours. And our country observes the highest proportion of people working over 60 overtime hours in the world, but the value added per person is the lowest among the industrialized countries because people do not have private lives and no ideas accumulated. So when they go to meetings, there won't be any good ideas. So it's a negative cycle. And here is another problem, that is elderly care. In 5 years, the baby boomers will be reaching 70 years old. That means the children of the baby boomers have to take care of their parents. So that means we people who have more restraint of working hours. And there is a big comic, T has 68,000 employees working, and they estimate 14,000 will need to care their parents in 5 years. So maybe you can think, well, we should stop working long hours and just take care of family. But there are voices that claims that the regulating working hours will weaken companies' competitiveness. But it's actually the other way around. So I'd like to compare Company A and Company B. Company A is traditional and Company B applies a reverse idea. So first, Company A. So Company A has been depending on the long working hours, and when the company wants to cut the cost, they just cut the fixed cost. That means layoffs. So the leftover work was added to the remaining workforce. That means they work overtime, and overtime work pay actually exceeded their cost reduction. So people will be in a negative cycle, having a depression or the increasing cost. And then another problem as elderly care issues hit the company as well. And they have already laid off people, therefore there is not enough people to cover up for each other. And when the company A would like to hire more people, but the working environment is so bad and no no good people are coming to this company. So that's a really a negative cycle. Then how about the company B with a reverse idea? This company also look at the cutting cost, but they cut the overtime pay cost, not the people. And this company is very proactive to hiring young people and women with a working time constraint as regular employees. And my company actually has the top consultant for the last 6 years, and she has a shorter work hours. And shorter work hour staff actually concentrate on a higher and more productive manners to work. And if you have a man and women of different ages and backgrounds, then diverse ideas can be brought, and they will be a group with higher value. And also the number of the employees is sufficient, so they can take care of each other when they need it. And there will be no problem to the business, and they don't need to leave the company when there is issues of child rearing or elder care, and that company will be sustainable. But there might be people who do not think there is no linkage with you about the child rearing or elder care. But this long hour working will impact Japan's public finance greatly. If it continues like this, then here is the impact. So for elder care, because people do not have time to spend for the elder care, so they will ask the country to take care of the 24-hour nursing facilities. And for child care, they also want to have the longer opening hours of those facilities, and the municipality will have more deficit. And for the family, they do not have time to take care of their children, and they even cannot take care of the homework of their children. So they want the after-school childcare program. And for women, now 70% of the women have already quit it because of the child rearing. So they do not work and they do not pay pension payment premiums. So that will be another burden to the government. And for companies, no profits are to be made. They need to hire people with employment adjustment subsidies. So everything is going to demanding more subsidies from the government. That will be increasing tax from us. Then what will happen when we just stop long working hours? Then people will just come home early and they can take care of their parents with home care assistance. And also both of the husband and wives are working, so they will have good money. And also the fathers can listen to their children's talks at dinner time. So if there is any bullying at school, then it can be dealt with quickly. And for women, they can work and take care of their family, so they will keep paying pension premiums. And for companies, they can make profits. That means they will employ more people. So child rearing and elderly care and maintaining a good health, those have to be proactively dealt with by individuals. Then there will be a positive cycle. But this is not unique to Japan. Here is a graph of the aging society. And Japan's current elderly ratio is 23%, which is the highest in the world. But actually, by 2030, South Korea, and by 2040, China will have the same ratio. So now the South Korea, Singapore, China, Thailand, they are now enjoying a demographic bonus period with young people with less social security costs. So they will develop easily. But they're going to see also the low birth rate and the mature society. So the time incentive working style will just won't work in the international area. So the style has to be changed to the style with a good result within the short hours. And changing from spending many hours for work to having a richer private life will bring a new aspect. And also this conversion is really what Japan should do. And I want to have your support for this. And please enlighten people around you. For instance, with a little child at home and not taking any child care leaves and pushing everything to his wife and staying in the office till midnight. Then, to those kind of working fathers, please say this. It's not your company that evaluates your life. It's your family. After retirement, your company will never thank you for your hard work up to the previous year. But for the 30 years after retirement, your family will keep nagging at you. You haven't done anything of homeworking. Is this a happy ending? And to those managers who claim that they cause no burdens to their company because they are not paid for overtime. But then please say this to them. Your staff won't like becoming a manager as they see a managerial job as a position with more workload and responsibilities without overtime payment, ending up with family problems. So you are a negative example and you are just discouraging your people. And to those company executives who feel uneasy when their employees leave the office early, then please say this. Scientists have found that people's concentration lasts for 13 hours after they wake up. So after that, the concentration level is almost same with the drunk drivers. And you are paying the overtime work for those people, so that means you are too lenient for someone who runs a company. I think now you already know. So to solve all those problems without additional fiscal budget, here is the answer. Just stop working long hours and please start yourself and please recommend it to your people around you. And you will get a richer private life and you will get the accumulation of ideas and that can be used for your work and business. So your work and also private life, both work life and private life, both will be enriched. And I'd like to have your support for this end. Thank you very much.